Tamo aí há uns tempos.
Boa tarde a todos, oi Dio, oi gente, ajudar, obrigado pelo seu recebe. Não tempo mesmo, hein? Tem tempo. Vamos lá, vamos continuar o Dragoejo. E tem que terminar esse negócio que a gente tem uma expedição pra fazer. Temos expedições para fazer depois do Dragoejo. Então vamos lá correr com esse Dragoejo. Eu preciso conseguir jogar ele por mais tempo. Por exemplo, eu estava dormindo, que eu almocei sono pesado. É aberto lá e vai cedo. Jogar por mais tempo. Terminar, porque eu não vou terminar nunca esse jogo. E assim, enquanto os NPC aqui da party continuar me dando quest, eu vou continuar fazendo as quests. Eu tô vendo que eu vou fazer todas as quests. Esse jogo tem muita quest. Eu não vou platinar nem nada, mas praticamente todas as quests eu vou fazer. O máximo que eu consigo. Vai levar um tempo ainda. Oxi. Tô dando dinheiro sobreviver no farol.
You cannot do this, Alganan. You swore that we would give up our commands when this horrific war was over.
Our people need our leadership. If you're unwilling, leave.
Our people must rebuild, and we must help unite them.
So, we did not fight for freedom, but to conquer this land and our own.
We fought to win, and now the Evanuris are as gods. I do not answer to Mythal's annoying lapdog.
The people are afraid. They must believe in something.
They need strength.
And wisdom.
They need gods who can protect them.
We are not gods. You will learn that.
Every lapdog hides a wolf inside.
Eles venceram, cara, com
That was strange. They were speaking Elven, but I understood it.
I believe we have experienced a memory in each of our native languages.
Not just any memory. One of the Dread Wolves.
And the mages who declared themselves my gods. Well, mine and Davrin's.
can't be easy, Blara.
It was so mundane. Nothing grand or cosmic. No setting fire to the sun, just talking, politics. I wish they were monsters. Something grand and terrible. Seeing them like that, they're no better than Tevinter nobles.
But no worse, either. They were people. And people can let you down.
All right. What else can we take from this memory?
Elgranon was hungry for power. Did anything he could to get it, and to hold on to it.
Then Solus, furious at Elganon's installing himself as a despot, started his rebellion.
There's another moving part in this. Mythal. She was keeping the peace.
Mythal and Solus were close.
Era pra mim ter interagido com
The
isso agora.
Inquisition found a temple to Mythal, and there were wolf statues everywhere.
Then she sides with Elgranon over him. A betrayal.
Tô achando que... Eu vou fazer uma coisa que eu normalmente não gosto de fazer. Vamos ver o que vai acontecer. Eu tô achando que isso ali era da história principal e eu não quero seguir a história principal agora. Quero resolver a treta da galera. Foda que eles botam tudo com o mesmo ícone.
You cannot do this,
Puta
Elganan.
que pariu.
You swore that we would give up our commands when this horrific war was over.
Salva.
So,
Ele salva durante a cutscene.
That was strange.
Not just...
It was so...
But no worse.
All right. What else can we take from this memory?
Ué,
Elgranon was hungry for power. Did anything he could to get it, and to hold on to it.
Then Solus, furious at Elganon's installing himself as a despot, started his rebellion.
There's another moving part in this. Mythal. She was keeping the peace.
Mythal and Solus were close. The Inquisition found a temple to Mythal, and there were wolf statues everywhere.
Then she sides with Elgranon over him. A betrayal.
It sounded like Solus was loyal to Mythal. What did Elganon call him? Mythal's lapdog? And then she grabs power alongside Elganon instead of standing for her principles. I'd be angry too.
Angry enough to start a rebellion?
That's not how he'd see it. He didn't destroy the world. Elganon did. Solus did what he considered necessary to stop him.
Solus would try to justify what he did, but he'd also blame himself for what happened.
Perhaps these murals aren't simply memories. They're what Solus wishes to forget.
His regrets. That means they're a way to learn his weak points.
Why are we worried about Solus? He's trapped.
Right. But the Dread Wolf was the god of trickery. He's looking for a way out. Bet on it.
Meanwhile, keep your eyes open in the crossroads. If there's a way to restore the rest of these murals, Solus would have kept it in his hideaway. It'd be nice to get inside his head for a change.
História principal.
was not certain you would come.
You were the one who walked away. I never turn my back when my friend needs me.
The Evanurus seek the magic of the Blight.
Impossible. The Blight is safely sealed away forever.
Though I wish I could believe you, I have sensed the breaking of the wards.
I will investigate your claims. If they forget the danger of the Blight, I will endeavor to remind them.
What if, instead, you left the Evanurus and remained with me? Do you not wish for freedom from this struggle?
Be at peace, love. I will stop them.
As you must. The Blight is our mistake.
Did Mythal call Solus love in that memory?
That's what it sounded like.
So they were doing it.
The elven gods were free with their emotions. They felt things deeply. The way they express things, well, it feels romantic to us, but that wasn't really how it was. Back then, I mean.
Nah, they were doing it.
Ele já estava fazendo aqui. Nossa, a resposta não.
Oh, they were absolutely doing it.
Being with someone you're rebelling against? Doesn't sound like Solus.
He also met her in secret and talked about how they could run off together.
It sounded so tragic and romantic.
Oh, wait. Never mind. That does sound like him.
So the Dread Wolf goes to Mythal. They might be fighting, but they have history.
And he warns her about the other gods using the Blight. That's more important than his rebellion. It's like kingdoms coming together when an archdemon rises.
Mythal didn't think it was possible. She said the Blight was sealed away. There's an old legend about it. Davrin, the one with Andrul's armor. Not sure it matters.
Dentinho. Cara, uma coisita aqui. Alô. Funcionando. Testando. Alô. E tá funcionando. Acho que o mic não tava funcionando, não sei. Os negócios aqui não tava indo. Vou botar mais alto. Eu falo baixo. E parece que não pega às vezes. Pegou. Ok. Adelante. Continuemos.
We're deep in elven lore already. What's the legend say?
Right. Well, Andrul was the goddess of the hunt. She put on armor, magic armor, made of something called the Void, drove her mad.
I remember this one. The other gods were afraid Andrul would turn on them. She was doing all kinds of horrible things, causing plagues. It does sound like the Blight.
Well, it all ends with Mythal fighting Andrul. After, Mythal turned into a dragon.
She what? Why didn't you start with that?
Anyway, she took Andrul's armor away. Then Andrul's madness left, and peace returned.
Intriguing. So it's possible Andrul stumbled onto the magic of the Blight.
And when Andrul went mad, Mythal took it from her and locked it away.
Until someone started using it again.
Eu não entendi porque ele se sentiu culpado. preocupado.
The Blight's one of the only things that really scares Solus. He came to Mythal afraid.
And she took it seriously too.
So Mythal goes off to investigate what Solus says. Then, what? It's too clean.
Seems plenty messy with them doing it.
But this isn't just a memory. It's something Solus wanted to hide. What's the crime? What did we see here that he feels guilty about?
I think I might know. When the Inquisitor was saving the world from the breach, he met Mythal.
What? Like in a dream?
It was complicated. She helped the Inquisition. There was a magic pond and a dragon.
Nice.
The point is, she also said the other elven gods betrayed her, killed her.
Nossa, eu não lembrava dessa parte.
Okay, sorry, point of order. If they killed Mythal, how was she still around to help the Inquisition?
Elven god magic? She'd spent centuries gathering strength and sharing people's bodies, I think.
Não, eu tô bem avançado.
Benign possession. That speaks to her character.
Não sei dar a precisão exatamente de onde, mas com certeza já passei da metade já.
Solus tried to do the right thing by warning Mythal about the other gods using the Blight, but he got her killed.
Well, it's not just that she died.
What do you mean, Tosh?
It's... Ugh. There was stuff he wanted to tell her, but he waited too long, and then she was dead. He never got to make it right. That twists you up.
That's it. There's our crime.
Doesn't really tell us anything we can use, though.
We know more than we did. That's something.
Then I guess we keep our eyes open if we come across more of these memories.
Agora eu quero encontrar todos os lobos, hein? Pra poder ver todos esses murais, hein? Eu tô ligado da lore, mas curto a franquia. Parei no Inquisition. Eu curto bastante a franquia, mas eu sou um pouco esquecido da lore. Mano, como é que eu não tinha visto que tinha esses negócios pra ver? Eu joguei todos.
You will pay the final price for this betrayal.
We warned you not to use the Blight. For this, and for Mythal, I sentence you to sleep in exile ever after. Your own lives will form the veil that keeps the horror you unleashed at bay.
Quando ele criou o véu, olha aí.
So he locked the gods away and created a veil between this world and the Fade. I mean, they were terrible, no question. But what he did, it didn't just stop them. It destroyed our culture, our world.
It wasn't just to stop them. It was to stop the Blight. We've seen how bad Elganon and Gillenane are. Imagine all 7 corrupted gods running wild.
So he created the Veil just to keep the elven gods locked in their prison?
Yes, to keep them from accessing the Fade. But was the creation of the Veil around the world an accident?
You heard him yelling. That's not the sound of a ritual going right.
What do you think, Rook?
I am a Shadow Dragon. We've been fighting against power-hungry mages for a while now. Solus was doing the same. It looks like he did the best he could.
Even as he destroyed my people's world? Locked away who we were?
Solus was up against 7 blighted gods. They were going to destroy that world themselves. And it's clear he wishes he'd done it differently. That's why he's ashamed of this memory.
I had another question, and I'm sorry, maybe this doesn't matter, but Solus trapped the blighted gods in an ancient elven building, right?
That's what it looks like. Maybe a palace? Fancier than what I've seen in Arlathan, at least.
And then, the Magisters were lured into the Fade. They broke in, which let the Blight escape, and turned the Golden City black.
Right, and the Black City hangs in the Fade, a little reminder of their mistakes. What's wrong, Lace?
It's just... the Chant of Light says that the Maker built for them the Golden City, the center of all creation. But if the Golden City was an ancient elven palace, then the Maker didn't build it. The elves did. The Chant of Light is Andraste's visions from the Maker, but it sounds like it's wrong.
Então, né,
You're asking
Harry?
if we just disproved the entire Andrastian faith.
Did we?
Só tá descobrindo o que é a religião. Foda, viu? Quanto que isso doa?
The Maker was never my faith, Lace. I'm sorry this is hard for you.
The Chant of Light has seen many iterations over the centuries. This may simply change our understanding of it.
But this was the one I grew up with. My ma still sings the chant. You know?
The Dalish clans are struggling with the same thing. What do we keep? What do we lose?
The Elven Gods, the Maker. No matter who you light a candle to, you've got some hard questions to ask yourself right now.
Doctrine is not the truth. It is one of many paths to the truth.
I recognize the sentiment, though not the specific quote. Who said that?
My mother.
Ah. Questions of faith aside, we have some very real gods that still need killing.
Looks like there are 3 more of these murals with the Dreadwolf's old memories. Wonder what else he's hiding.
Eu não sei se eu já encontrei todos. Não. Vamos até esgotar, porque eu acho que não encontrei todos ainda. Essas ações
You have
brancas.
so long observed the world. Why not consider joining it?
But I have no desire to live as humans. I have the Fade. Besides this talk of taking on a solid form, I think you underestimate the danger. When you took the glowing stone to build your body, did the earth not shake?
Delirium gives us the strength we had when we were of the Fade. We are the best of physical and spirit. I need your wisdom, Solus. To withstand the louder voices who would go too far like Elganon. I need you.
This is madness. You must know that. I will always follow where you go.
What?
This is astounding. The ancient elves were spirits who voluntarily manifested a physical form.
I'd rather go back to talking about the Blight.
Hey, Lucanus. Could Spite turn into an elf?
No.
Sorry, but... What?
Porra!
This puts all of elven history in a new light, not to mention what we think about spirits.
I mean, some magic works differently for elves. If we came from spirits, that'd explain it.
The knowledge that an entire people were formed from a mass manifestation could change our entire understanding of magic.
If we let it out, is that the right call?
Boa pergunta.
Bigoted humans yelling about how elves are demons?
Davrin's got a point. World's not short on small-minded humans.
Você tá totalmente certo. Ninguém... Ah, rapaz. Pra gente preconceituosa, basta qualquer informação. Ela não precisa nem ser verdadeira pra poder atacar e criticar. Com certeza iam acreditar e ainda iam acusar de serem demônios.
If the world learned about this, and it led to attacks against elves.
Elves have enough trouble as it is down in Ferelden.
We have to tell someone, though. Strife and Irulan, at least.
If I told Thea and Viago, they'd think I was sampling Viago's poison collection. No one would believe us.
Okay. We keep this to people we trust who have good reason to know. No shouting it from the rooftops.
Agreed. The Morn Watch has a great deal of experience keeping dangerous secrets.
So, beyond the world-shaking stuff, what else did we learn here? Solus himself was a spirit.
What kind do you think he was?
Well, his name is Elven for pride.
Oh, okay.
There's something else. Not about spirits, or not all about them at least. Solus didn't want to become a person with a physical body.
Right. He only agreed after Mythal begged him.
Then that's his regret. He wishes he'd never taken physical form.
Maybe, but not just that. Solus was scared. They built their bodies out of lyrium, and it made the ground shake.
O povo titã foi ferido.
Lyrium is the blood of the Titans.
The Titans would have felt it as an attack. They defended themselves.
The first memory we saw with Elganon seizing power, it happened at the end of a war.
A war between the Titans and the elves.
Lace, I'm so sorry.
It feels like we still don't have the full picture. But I think that's part of what Solus regrets. He didn't see the danger.
Except he did. He was worried, you said it yourself.
He did it for Mythal. Everything that followed, he could have prevented, if he just told her no.
Then he's got a war on his conscience. Plus, whatever we find next.
Então, né? A adaga.
Ah, vai se fuder, pô.
Susto! Caralho, foi junto com a raid, mano. Que susto! Kaito, bem-vindo. IDN, muito obrigado pela sua raid. Sejam todos muito bem-vindos aí, IDN. Oi, Crit. Oi, Dio. Quem que é? Esse bom vai dar trabalho? Eu acredito que vai dar trabalho. Mas eu não entendi a hashtag, não. Como é que vocês estão? Como é que foi lá o resto da live? Tem contexto porque eu escrevi errado. Por um momento eu achei que era um novo alerta do som de alerta. É, assim, é um... você entendeu? Tem que seja porque eu escrevi errado. Aí, ah, entendi. Esse boss vai dar bom. Ah, entendi. Entendi. Obrigado, Cris. Bom, a gente tá aqui jogando um Dragon Age. Eu tô tentando terminar o jogo, mas ele vai demorar muito ainda, porque eu tô fazendo todas as quests, porque eu sou maluco. aparece quest eu vou fazer. E a gente tá vendo a Lore of Lores aqui, porque eu perdi uns negócios de lore e descobri agora. Ou apareceu agora, eu não tinha reparado que dava pra mim ver esses negócios. Então eu tô vendo aqui, tá rolando um monte de diálogo, contando várias historinhas. Esse bom vai dar Borges. E aí, Laíri? Esse trabalho bom, boys, vai dar. Vai. Vou continuar aqui. Qualquer coisa vocês perguntem, falem, eu vou despausar.
With this, the proper ritual will sunder every titan from its spirit. But you must know those severed dreams will certainly be driven mad. A disembodied blight of pain and anger. It is awful what we're doing.
And the only way to end this war.
A merda que eles fizeram. Esse vai dar bolo? Pô, queria bolo, viu? Bolinho de cenoura com caldinho de chocolate.
No, not killed. He cut away their dreams and left them broken and mindless.
E é por isso que os anões não sonham.
Me in the halls of Skyhold for a year. He made polite conversation and he knew. He knew what he did.
É por isso que os anões não sonham. Caralho, mano. Pede pro boss. Ah. Quem é o boss? É verdade, quem tá de boss aí? Deixa eu ver, eu tenho que trocar o canal aqui pra me ver. Veja aqui, ó, aqui embaixo, da minha foto, do meu avatar, aqui, da minha câmera. Quem é o boss? Pede bolo para ele. Nossa, é o Rudá. Pede bolo pro Rudá. Cadê o Rudá? Dá a bola pra gente, Rudá.
I don't know what to say, Lace. I can't even imagine. I'm so sorry.
I served in the Inquisition. I know terrible things happen in war. But to do something like this...
The Titans were the size of mountains. I doubt the elves were winning their fight. He considered this the cost of saving his people.
Fear and guilt make people do stupid things.
To do such a thing. No wonder regret eats away at Solus.
No, it's worse than that. That isn't what Solus regrets. Those severed dreams will be driven mad. A disembodied blight of pain and anger.
Mierda.
You can't. That's not possible.
When a warden hears the calling, it's like a song in their mind. Sound familiar to you, Lace?
The song of Lyrium. Of the Titans.
We think of the Blight as this monstrous force with no mercy, no compassion. Evil incarnate. Instead, it's a caged animal. Mistreated and imprisoned for centuries. Until all it knows is fear.
Rudá tá trabalhando, tem bolo não. Volta aqui, Rudá, traz bolo. Deve bolo pra gente. Eu acho que não, né?
If the Blight is the Titan's dreams, can we, I don't know, heal it? Bring it back from all that anger?
I'm afraid I have no idea. In theory, it would be possible to restore dreams to the Titans.
You can't set it free before it's healed. You'd have blighted Titans laying waste to the entire world.
The Titans are a problem for later. We have Elgernon and Gillanane to deal with now.
And then I want Solus to look me in the eye and answer for what he did.
Each of these memories has been a deeper regret, and almost all of them involve Mythal.
Only one mural left to uncover by my count. If we find it, we'll see what's worse than this.
Não te culpo, Hardin. Não te culpo. Eu já deixei claro E se... Até aumentou o nível dela. Que se o Varric morrer, eu mesmo passo a faca no Solas se o jogo deixar. E eu tô bem preocupado que até agora o Varric não se recuperou e ele não tá participando das reuniões. Ó, então morreu, obviamente.
I knew that you would find me soon enough. You need the power of a god, the strength that I alone still carry.
The blighted Evanuris will soon break free from their prison. I must make a stronger one that can contain them.
While the prison is important, it is not the only goal you seek.
Why should I not tear down the veil and bring back immortality to all the Elven people? They deserve it.
The Elven people of today do not deserve to see the world they love be torn apart to salve your conscience.
Ela tá certa.
I must fix what I have broken. I am sorry.
As am I, old friend.
Ih, ficou na friendzone. Me chamou de meu amor.
Solas killed Mythal? After all that? Is this another memory from a different time?
No. He wore that same outfit in the Inquisition. We knew Solas woke up in this world without most of his power. Now we know how he got it back.
By killing the only other god around and stealing her power.
All that epic magic and godly power. In the end, it comes down to love and murder. Same as always.
Então foi nesse período. Porque na DLC do Inquisition, eu acho que ele já tinha recuperado os poderes. Será que foi entre esse período ou foi depois? Qual é a nossa vantagem?
So we've got all the Dreadwolf's deep dark secrets. Anything we can use?
He's being honest about fighting the Blight. Whatever happens, he won't risk letting it back out into the world.
Agreed. But he has a plan to escape that prison, and not one we'll like.
He turned on Mythal, the one person he was actually loyal to. There's no way he won't turn on us.
He's a spirit, or was once. He might be able to possess someone, affect minds, all the things spirits do.
He created the Veil. His very nature is tied to it. That will be a source of strength, but also a potential weakness.
Mythal has him all messed up. Anything about her or Elgernon is gonna make him angry. Sloppy.
Solas thinks he knows what's best for everyone. Anything he does, he'll do while telling himself he's the hero.
Verdade.
The bad news is that the god of lies and trickery is almost definitely preparing to betray us. The good news is that we've gone through his dirty laundry.
So, you know his motivations. You think we can set a trap of our own?
That's the hope.
You have witnessed the Protector's tale, Dweller. Almost to its end.
Almost? How can there be more?
When the mighty fall, their echoes cross the ages. An audience is warranted. Speak with your visitor. She awaits you in the crossroads.
Aprovando. Todo mundo aprovou. Tá certo. Ué. Oi, barulho. Esse bom vai dar trabalho. Parei. Morgan?
Well met, Rook.
É Morgan tem.
How did you get here?
I did tell you I had my ways through Illuvians when I introduced you to the Inquisitor, did I not?
The Illuvians in general, yes, but not the Dread Wolf's crossroads.
I would think you have more pressing questions at the moment. Questions about Solus and Mythal?
Mythal?
The two gods have always been linked.
Minha esposa, né? Também sinto saudade.
Mythal bade her companion spirit to abandon the Fade and take on mortal form. Then, when Solus spilled Mythal's mortal blood, that he might absorb her power as his own.
Wait. How do you know exactly what we saw of Solus's past?
Pois é, Morgan.
Think upon it, Rook. You saw for yourself in the Dread Wolf's memories. When Mythal stood against the gods' manipulations of the Blight, she was betrayed and struck down. Yet she survived and returned ages later to aid the Inquisition in its hour of need. How?
Como vou saber? Responde, pô. Onde é?
The elven gods had access to magic beyond anything we can imagine?
To be sure, but it matters less what they possessed than what they were. You recall that the first elves were spirits, do you not? Mythal was a spirit turned elven. And when her body was struck down, to spirit she returned. Her essence sheltered in a willing mortal vessel. Over the centuries, she journeyed from host to host, slowly amassing her former power anew. Until once again she was struck down, on this occasion by Solus. He absorbed her power, but not her memories.
Then where did they... Wait. You?
As you say.
What? Eu ia falar a mãe dela, né? Que a mãe dela tem esse plot aí, né? Eu não lembro de muita coisa da história, é foda. Eu ainda pensei em pegar um videozinho, procurar, tipo, esses vídeos, história de Dragon Age, aí ver o 1, 2, né? Pra tentar relembrar algumas coisas, que eu não lembro muita coisa. Faz muitos anos que eu joguei. Então preciso da sua ajuda.
If your Mythal returned in Morrigan, we need your help with fighting the gods.
And here I am, as you may notice. But there is something I must make clear.
Sussurros sinistros.
That was like how Elganon and Gillenane can talk in your head, but...
'Twas Mythal you heard, her echoes. Yet I am not the goddess returned.
What are you, then?
I once feared Mythal would consume me were I to carry her, but 'twas not so. I remained free-willed and mortal. What I now possess is but a spark of Mythal, shadowed memories through which to sift for meaning. As to our admixture, I suspect you have questions.
Dragon Age eu só conheço o filme. E esse jogo, pera, filme? Eu acho que eu sei qual que é. Como foi com Solus?
You would have met Solus in the Inquisition, right?
I did indeed. 'Twas before I possessed Mythal's memories. At the time, I thought Solus a scowling elven apostate whose sole passion was finding arguments. He heard me, in all my ignorance, expound on the histories of the elven people, explaining legends he had witnessed himself.
Bet he loved that.
'Tis not a memory that brings me pride.
Deixa eu pesquisar isso aí. Nossa, é um filme 3D. A capa parece a capa do jogo. É baseado no jogo mesmo? The film explores the backstory of Cassandra, the major character of the Dragon Age universe, and how it has become known as the right hand of the divine. Oh, tá. Temos um filme pra assistir. Vou tentar assistir depois. Caramba, de 2012.
Do you have information we can use against Gillenane or Elganon? Or Solus?
The last time Mythal faced Elganon and Gillenane, she was struck down by the very dagger you now carry.
What about Solus?
You may recall he murdered Mythal's former host to claim her godly might as his own. I hoard no untapped magical secrets, Rook. What I do possess, I share freely with you and the Veil Jumpers.
All right.
É bom pra uma animação da época, imagino.
So, there's the soul of an elven god inside you. How does that even happen?
Mythal's last host was my mother.
Aha!
Oh.
I knew it!
When I learned she intended me to become the next receptacle of an ancient god's soul, I feared naught would be left of my own. It inevitably came to pass on a deep night. I was awakened by the presence of a blaze of magic in the shape of a woman who both was and was not my mother.
I don't think I'd recover from that.
Neither did I, at the start. Mythal's memories were both gift and burden, this blazing woman told me, but I must accept them of my own accord. The decision was paralyzing. What would it mean to become such a host? What would be lost if I refused? In the end, 'twas something in my mother's voice which guided me.
What was that?
Regret. Not the regret of a god, but of a mother who knew she would never see me again. And so, my mind remains my own. What I gained was knowledge, both Mythal's and of those who bore her.
How could you carry Mythal's soul if you're not an elf?
Her spark has sheltered within both elves and humans who were sympathetic to her in thought and circumstance. Mythal's last host was a woman wronged, trapped by those sworn to love her. We may readily imagine their kinship.
You didn't come out here just to tell me you're Mythal.
I am not Mythal in her entirety, but yes. The Dreadwolf has occasion to visit you in dreams, where he portions out advice. And now, after finding his memories, you have peered into his deepest sorrows. Tell me then, what do you make of Solus?
I should ask you. Mythal knew Solus better than anyone.
I would influence your answer. Or do you mean to discover if I would stand directly against the Dread Wolf, were there a need?
Would you?
I shall aid you in any way but that, even had I the power. What has passed between Solus and Mythal, I beg you, do not ask this of me again.
Senhora. Ele é um monstro vitimista, um pouco. Quase perdi a hora de fazer o café. Faça o café. Porra, lá, sinto pena dele. Eu sinto pena dele porque eu entendo que ele tá tentando fazer o que é certo, mas ele só tá fazendo bosta. Também acho que ele é um monstro vitimista, porque ele entende que ele tá fazendo merda, mas ele fica se vitimizando e tentando justificar as bostas que ele faz. É um pouco dividido, mas ele sabe. Tá tentando ajudar. Eu vou falar isso daqui.
Every decision he made, Solus thought he could save people, stop things from getting worse. Now his only way forward is a plan so terrible his last friends had to stop it.
An unfortunate belief that all paths are closed but those one has already taken.
There might have been a better choice.
'Tis not malice which made Solus your opponent, but conviction, a belief that only he may halt what he set in motion. Yet Solus was once beloved of Mythal. 'Tis his very loyalty and love for his people that led to the tragedy we now face. You may be in a position to determine how it ends, more so than either of you might realize.
Talvez possa acabar tudo bem.
Maybe there's a way we all get what we want.
Do you truly believe such a thing?
Well, maybe at least what we deserve.
If you would shape the outcome of your battle, I've one last secret to share. When Mythal was struck down by the other gods, it was with her own lyrium dagger, the dagger you now carry. Solus recovered it from Elganon, and from it extracted a fragment of Mythal that had lain hidden within its depths. This fragment, a younger sister to the one I carry, if you will, resides here, in the crossroads. I can open the way for you. Find her, survive the encounter, and the essence you obtain will aid you in times to come.
Another fragment of Mythal, in addition to the one inside you.
You are aware of what the word fragment means, are you not? One small piece of many, formed when something greater is broken. The first elves were spirits, as you well know, and when a spirit is broken, it may shatter into pieces, each holding part of the original. Among the ancient elves who became known as gods, Dirthaman and his brother, Falondine, are but one example.
Sobreviva o encontro.
All of that sounded great until I survived the encounter.
You know Solus, and have seen Elganon, and memories of Mythal. They are creatures of emotion, as all spirits are. The fragment of Mythal that resides in me lived among mortals for thousands of years. She has grown wiser and more patient. This younger sister has not. She is the essence of Mythal as a god. She is unlikely to listen to polite requests, and though she is but a fragment of the goddess, the battle will test you sorely.
If she's just going to attack us, why tell us about her at all? We have enough enemies already.
A fragment of a god's essence is a powerful thing. It may give you options against Elganon and Gellanane, or against the Dread Wolf himself, should he prove as cunning and treacherous as ever.
Uma sugestão.
If I were to try to talk with her, do you have any suggestions?
She will demand respect, but detest flattery. She appreciates righteous anger, but will not tolerate pity. She is, for want of better phrasing, prickly. But if you are determined to try, then I wish you luck.
You would know this aspect of Mythal better than anyone. Could you try talking to her?
I dare say she would attack me on sight.
Spirits can't get along with fragments of each other.
Spirits, certainly. But the aspects of a self-righteous god who have walked different paths for ages? One bears the insult of her betrayal by the Evanuris, and then by Solus, as fresh wounds, insult upon injury. The other once fell in love with an Alamari chieftain and lived happily in a swamp for centuries. Each reminds the other that another path existed, that they could have been wrong, and nothing angers Mythal like being wrong.
What kind of spirit was Mythal before she became an elf? I know Solus is elven for pride.
Mythal enjoyed ruling and having power, but it came not from the overweening desire to crush resistance, as is the case with Elganon. The emotion that inspired her might best be described as benevolence, a guiding hand, inclined to kindness. But like any spirit, when angered or twisted against her purpose, a more violent aspect arose. Where the Dreadwolf's wisdom gave way to pride when the world did not meet his standards, Mythal's benevolence gave way to retribution. After all, when kindness fails, the guilty must be punished.
Thank you for the information, Morrigan.
I only ask that you reflect upon what I have said. The Dreadwolf is not so apart from the world as he thinks. There, you have the advantage of him.
Calmazão. Valeu pela ajuda. E 7, tô chegando perto da quest, né? 5h40, né?
A god's fragment, sharper than the whole, prevail, or be sundered completely.
We're getting close to where Morrigan said that other fragment of Mythal was.
Baús.
That has to be her.
A fragment of Mythal herself. We talking or fighting?
Essa é uma arena grande.
Find out.
You are Rook. I have seen you and your companions. We made ourselves bodies to be like humans, but I never expected to see humans scurrying about in the Dread Wolf's crossroads. And you know who I am?
Mythal.
The part of me that survived betrayal by the rest of the Evanuris, if this can be called surviving. Solus. He drew me from the dagger that struck me down, but what is left of me can only survive here. I cannot return to the world, and even the true Fade is denied me. All I can do is watch. Why are you here? To beg me to give up what remains of myself to help you defeat the monsters Elganon and Gillenane have become? Or do you simply think yourself ready to fight a god?
Era sua ajuda.
I came here to ask for your help. The gods have endangered the world and...
You dare explain to me what they are doing? You are 1,000 years from knowing the proper words.
We saw Solus's memories. His regret.
Vou pausar aqui só fazer um negócio. É porque o jogo, né, ele precisa de dar as opções meio limitado, né? Mas dado o conhecimento que que a Morgan passou sobre a personalidade dela e como agir, etc., eu não ia estar sendo tão delicado assim, não. Eu falei, amiga, eu vim, eu quero tua ajuda. Ah, cala a boca, porra! Eu vim aqui porque eu preciso do teu poder. Não tô pedindo ou tentando explicar porra nenhuma, não. Eu tô dizendo que eu quero teu poder. Você vai me ajudar. Fica quieta. E simplesmente ia sair no soco. Eu não ia tratar ela com piedadezinha, não. Ela também fez merda.
You saw the recollection he cultivated like a tree, twisting to catch the sun. You wish for my help? Convince me. Make your case, and I will yield my essence willingly to help you against Elganon and Gillenane. Fail, and I shall kill you for wasting my time, or you will kill me and obtain my essence in doing so. A harder-edged, simpler version. It has been centuries since a petitioner stood before me, so why should I help you?
Esqueça a luta com você, vambora.
I am worthy of your help.
That is for me to judge.
I am fighting to protect this world.
Any petty tyrant can fight those who come to their land and claim to be protecting their people. I have seen rulers, human as you are, the mages of Tevinter, following in the Elven Empire's footsteps. They build nothing that does not serve them. Why should I believe you are any better? What is a protector to you?
Nenhum desses aqui, na verdade. Nenhum disso aqui é a minha resposta. Foda.
It's making a place that's safe for everyone. That means defending against danger. But it also means building a strong community that works together for the common good.
And what have you built?
Look at my team. We're not just hired blades. We started as strangers and grew together into a family.
Not bad, but not enough. Let us speak of something else.
If I don't stop the gods, the whole world will be corrupted by the Blight.
That is why you must succeed, so tell me why I must help you.
We know the truth about the Blight. We know it came from the imprisoned dreams of the Titans after you and Solus defeated them.
And?
Pô, a culpa é tua, irmã.
And the Blight only happened because of what you did. You need to fix your mistake.
My mistake? I saved lives and ended a war, you petulant child. Your words are weak. Prove your worth or die.
Vambora. Tão orgulhosa quanto o Solus que não aceita os erros. Vambora, minha filha.
Everyone get ready.
Of course, she had to turn into a dragon.
35. Vambora. Ela pulou pra longe na hora, vai se foder. Toda vez que eu uso Ultimate, ela... Ah, mano, eu não sabia que ela ia ficar spamando essa porra. A luta não é difícil. Ela fica spamando essa porra desse ataque. Eu levantava, ela batia, eu levantava, ela batia. Não tava aqui antes, não. As últimas palavras de quem traiu. A pedra que está próxima carrega os cortes de garras titânicas. A mensagem foi esculpida de forma trêmula no chão com um dente quebrado. Então me acusaram de trair o Fenrirel e me jogaram nas profundezas. Eu disse que era inocente naquele momento e faço o mesmo agora, festejando com os meus membros quebrados, mas não há ninguém para ouvir. Então eu me ofereço para a execução que mais agradava às divindades. Em nome de Nunael seja purificado com chamas.
Everyone get ready.
Of course, she has to turn into a dragon.
Ah, pelo menos uma vez. Mentira que pegou. Aquele ali, se não, da outra vez não se mexeu não. Eu não acho que precisava matar ela, só derrotar a ponto dela. E aí, minha filha? Acabou? Era isso que você tinha?
It's ours. The essence of a god.
I heard legends about her when I was growing up. And now...
Burns just being near it. This is the power we need to finish this.
All we need now is the right target.
I think the moment is coming. When we can turn the tide, we'll know.
Eu queria a cooperação dela. Como ela falou, seria mais útil ter, assim, que é mais rígido, né? Mas ela não quis ajudar. Não quer assumir os erros dela. Um medalhão com um símbolo de metal, com as notas de uma música escrita em notação espectral. Canção que não pode ser ouvida neste mundo. Dano contra oponentes com a saúde baixa, menos 20%. Ó, inimigos comuns agora são sempre considerados como tendo saúde baixa. Não afeta a chefe. É foda. Derrotar um alvo inimigo concede 5% de suprema. Um pouco das experiências ando prestando mais atenção aos sons do jogo. Deram uma caprichada nesse Dragon Age. Ah, ele é bem feitinho. Então, gráfica, efeitos visuais, sonoros, ele é bem feitinho.
So, Blackthorn Manor. Let's hope that necromancer working with the Venatori is around.
There's a malaise amongst the spirits here. Some form of confinement. This must be the place.
Right. So, why do we bring that?
Oh, it's essential we have the Hand of Glory.
It is so hard not to make fun of something called a Hand of Glory.
What's so amusing about it?
Really? You don't? With the name?
The magic laid upon a Hand of Glory is complex. Whoever killed its donor left their mark.
So it'll lead us to whoever cut it off?
Precisely. Most likely the necromancer who's been helping the Venatori. It would have taken extraordinary skill to layer the involutions on this artifact. What a waste of talent.
I like how passionate you are about your work.
Death is one of the primordial forces. It breaks bonds as it lays the ground for the new. At times, there's something stirring about the elegance of it.
That's quite a way of putting things.
I always choose my words carefully. Forbidden necromancy can twist spirits. We must find this death mage and stop whatever they've done to them.
Veilguard e Storm de Luke. O último da sua linhagem, sua vida e morte se estenderam por anos. A inscrição se desgastou no meio do canal. Porra, isso.
Fewer corpses here than there should be.
Where are they?
I suspect the necromancer in this place has already helped themselves to these crypts.
Caminhada. Vai lá, meu querido. Boa caminhada pra você. Obrigadinho pela presença.
Well, if there's a rogue necromancer here, they forgot to lock the door.
The Hand of Glory's magic points inward to the northeast.
Let's go look.
I don't like this.
Locked tight.
Maybe there's a key.
Dentro tá tudo trancado.
These sigils. They can't be.
This one's locked too. I've seen similar spell work into Tevinter.
Our rogue necromancer has hidden something terrible behind this door.
Can you open it?
The door's seals are drawing on magic elsewhere in the manor, fueled by suffering.
Let's put an end to that and get this door open.
The Hand of Glory points to the northeast and southwest.
Posso abrir essa.
Have you noticed anything strange about the Fade itself here?
It's agitated. I felt this in Tevinter around big works of magic.
The spirits press closer than they should.
Estranho, uma pintura removida da tumba destruída de um rei da antiguidade. Rumores sobre figuras espectrais e o roubo de uma coroa neste local são típicos da... Sério? Não dá pra subir mais ali? Sei lá, ah. Eu vejo ali.
No! What have they done?
This looks bad.
Sacrifices, both spirit and human.
And demons.
Now what? I must free the spirit bound here.
Emmerich.
Someone's been harvesting their terror. Their souls. How dare they? What are they Come, I can sense another spirit trapped here in the mansion.
alguma coisa ali em cima. Tem, ó. Suba. Dona Cláudia, perdeu o dano contra a armadura, o que vai ser problemático. A armadura já é difícil de quebrar. Vou aumentar meu dano crítico. Onde é que eu tô? A inércia ali não é lá essas coisas.
No. Trust me, no.
I pray he believes you.
Sorry, what?
Spite asked if those self-lighting candles are good to eat.
Meu Deus do céu. Nada pode tu.
Look at the door. Freeing one spirit has already weakened its seals.
Halfway there.
Foram 3, achei que eu ia ter que achar 6 na mansão. Pô. Já vem, gente. Voltei. Ih, que eu tô com uma... Vambora.
There's a fight ahead.
Onde?
No one lives here anymore. Why?
No one knows why the... Blackthorns abandoned their manor. Rumor hinted at a family tragedy. A perfect spot for our wayward necromancer to work unnoticed.
Feels like there's eyes on us.
This section of the house seems displeased to host new guests. Perhaps we've discovered a hint of what drove away the Blackthorns.
Eu tô andando isso tudo aqui, o caminho nem é aqui. Tem que entrar, né?
Get ready.
Outro cabeção daquele lá de mesmo. Voltei. A armadura daqui não é tão ruim, não. Cara, isso aqui pra uma build de sangramento é muito boa, viu? Percute o dano da habilidade. E como eu tô sempre aplicando sangramento... eu não vou equipar, não. A jovem dama Felice soprou o apito, um som peculiar. O irmão dela continua com a escavação e está convencido de que encontrou uma ruína ancestral. Na noite passada, ela afirmou ter visto uma figura nos penhascos. O caçador vai investigar.
That note hints at the root of the tragedy that befell this place. Quis est ista qui uenet? An old invocation, and dangerous.
What did it summon?
Something best not described, lest we renew its attention.
Vai até mais quanto o upgrade dos itens. Vai até lendário. Cada itemzinho ali é um upgrade, né? Aí... cadê? Tem o cinzinha, que é comum, né? Verde, que é incomum. Azul, que é raro. Roxo, que é épico. E o rosa, que é lendário. É único, né? Aí tem único. Tem o lendário, pera, aqui. Laranja, que é o lendário. E o rosa, que é item único. E esse anel já tá no upgrade máximo. Tem uns outros itens. E conforme vai dando upgrade, vai liberando habilidades novas, né? Passivas novas. E ele dá upgrade... não... como é que eu posso dizer? Você num ferreirinho e dá upgrade no item, né? Você dá upgrade conseguindo mais cópias dos itens. Cada vez que você consegue uma cópia do item, ele sobe em 1 a raridade do item. Isso também é interessante. É, por cópia. É, acho que sim. Então, mais ou menos assim mesmo. Tem 5. Eu não contei. Me perdi, mano. Acho que eu explorei tudo aqui.
Another victim.
Got demons again.
Era muito louca.
We're in the clear.
What's wrong? Someone's been stealing the life, the essence of people who knew they were facing death. The effects persist, but the door we saw earlier should be unsealed.
Hope that necromancer we're after is behind it.
Adelante.
All the seals have been extinguished. Excellent. Let's open that door.
Eita. Não.
Someone's torn a path into the Fade. It's imperative we find and stop this necromancer from keeping the Fade open.
Mierda.
Em cima. Ok.
I can assist. Onwards. Hand of Glory still points the way.
Tesouro tente abaixo. Virou Souls like isso? Dark Souls é isso. Nossa senhora. Sabia que aquilo tava com metade. Ai, ai, não começa com isso. Precisa que eu não tenho mais braço. Eu não tô com cara.
I'm dead in a demon. We must be getting close.
Our rogue necromancer knows exactly where we are. Why have they gone to such lengths to drain power from spirits?
Leite fechado de tinta. Fincar valeu ligação estável. Como é que é? Fincar valeu ligação estável esforço. Esbilhotar até o momento visitante. Variáveis planejar etéreos socorro. Chave morte. Ela encontrou alegria. Remendado cadáver Storm nas criptas socorro. Guardas socorro trabalho encontrar mais competentes. Socorro, 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 socorro.
I don't see the rogue necromancer yet.
I suspect they're nearby. Let's inspect their handiwork.
Late as always, Professor.
It can't be.
But what else would one expect from Navarra's most eminent meddler?
Johanna Hesenkos.
You've met?
Oh, the Professor and I have known each other for ages. But only one of us realized the Watchers are no place for a mage with ambition.
So she's an evil Watcher. That's great.
Only if she's beyond hope.
Spare me your sanctimonious bleating.
No. The stone knife in that lantern could permanently tear open the Fade here.
Correct. Only the foolhardy would shed blood near it in this state. So, let the Watchers mourn your pathetic death in the Fade, Emmerich Volkaren. Those that are left after my return.
Os docentes da Fanta.
No. What is she planning?
Emmerich, we okay to fight?
Yes. Johanna took the lantern away from her.
Do to that spirit?
I'll try freeing it, but I fear the worst.
Eu não lembro qual que é. Parte da porta.
Nothing. The spirit, its essence, is gone. Johanna's trapped it in her lantern.
Then let's find her.
Mandou épico. Aqui um. Durabilidade. Aumenta em 5. Aplica necrose ao atingir seu. Atingir. 3 oponentes. Quase que eles igualaram as 3 do Dorlinho no Red, acredite ou não. Jesus.
There's no way out.
What do we do now?
The Fade always provides a way forward. We only need to search for it.
Then let's get looking. Candle. This wasn't here before.
Oh, let me think. We're in a receptive eddy of the Fade, and since Johanna's spirit summoning has already focused its mana, Do you recall the ritual we performed in the Grand Necropolis? Concentrate on that memory.
You mean when we were lighting candles?
Find some more, and we can use them to leave this place.
Here's that last candle.
Excellent. Place them on the pedestals, if you would. We drift upon the echoes of the Vath. Let them form a new configuration. And with that,
let's get back to the real world.
We must find Johanna once we're out of here. This rift in the Fade will lie open until we deal with her.
Já. Aqui. Carregando a conta. Fiz o tiro aquele, viu?
You insufferable nuisances! How did you get out so quickly?
Where's Hezenkos's voice coming from?
The Hand of Glory resonates. It's pointing to the main hall.
Let's go.
I can feel Johanna summoning hostile spirits. That portal into the Fade won't close until we defeat them.
But we still can't attack Hezenkos herself while she's holding that lantern.
The entire countryside would be torn apart in a maelstrom.
So you crawled your way out of the Fade?
It's not difficult for those who treat spirits better than tools to an end, Johanna.
Sentimental drivel. You may have stopped my work here, but Navarra City will know its new ruler.
Tanto assim, moço.
Why? You gonna lecture us to death now?
I'll not explain myself to one of Volkaran's hangers-on, though the professor clearly avoided mentioning his old colleague in exile.
We made every attempt to bring you to reason.
I gave you every chance to join me instead of whining endlessly about your mortality. But I must thank you for returning something dear to me. Lovely to have my hand back.
Era a mão dela. Ah, porra.
I'd exchanged it with the Venatori for some favors after entering this condition.
Johanna, what have you done?
What you never had the courage to.
First off, I've got a hanger on. Explain why she has no eyes.
Afterwards,
Nicely done! Get clear!
It's over. Emmerich, still sense anything wrong?
We were successful. Johanna's magic no longer changed the spirits, and the Fade is still.
Great. Okay. But let's talk back at the lighthouse.
Porta trancada aqui. Abre. Baú aqui. Tá passando. Bora.
At least we freed those spirits from their suffering. Shall we depart?
Let's get back to the lighthouse.
Já perdeu alguma coisa aqui.
Gladly.
Consegui abrir aquela porta lá.
Oh, the Song of the Chambers won't have anything on what Johanna's... Perhaps the Waking Scrolls? No. Manfred, have you seen the Fellmarch manuscripts?
You and Manfred need an extra pair of eyes for whatever this is?
I suppose it's time I explained this mess. Johanna Hesenkos was a watcher. She was banished for embracing the darker paths of our art. Forbidden magic, blood sacrifice, nothing is beyond her if it leads to power, recognition, or both.
Sounded like you knew her before all that.
We were friends, once.
If it helps, you've got someone who cares right next to you.
That's very dear of you, but I'll be fine.
It's so cute how you're such a bad liar.
Things used to be much better between Johanna and me. She truly was brilliant, and we got on so well as students. We partnered on papers, rituals, research. Yet even then, Johanna considered the Watcher's oaths quaint. This isn't the first time we've crossed paths since she was exiled, but now I fear she's turned herself partly undead.
Even after what she's done, I feel a little bad for her.
Well, undeath isn't always a disadvantage. But yes, you saw Johanna's Lantern of Unwilling Souls. A necromancer could create monstrous undead with that much stolen life.
Hesenkos was yelling a lot about conquering Navarra City.
We must stop her, Rook. Thank you, Manfred. Quite right. The Order's knowledge will see us through.
Hesenkos had been stopped. For now. But she had big plans for Navarra. City conquering, new ruler plans. And while she had some regrets about long-lost friendships, She knew her greatest invention was going to bring down the house.
Não termina para ele.
The fortress of Weishaupt was a bastion against the Blight for hundreds of years. Now, simply gone.
Eu voltar nos lugares. Muito difícil. Os lugares estão com... Chegou depois. Nossa, os dragões de sombra estão muito... tipo, é a minha facção e a que menos tem negócio. Menos enquanto eu não salvei a cidade. Vou vender tudo, vou acumular um monte de troço pra ir lá vender pra eles, pra aumentar a deles. São disponíveis. Também. Entrever isso. Ih. Dá um pulo lá. Toda vez que eu venho eu me choco com isso. De coin. Foda, né? Onde fica o mercado agora? Dragões. bar, eu acho. Anotações do caso da neve. Everest Lane. A Everest Lane foi expulsa da magistratura há mais de um ano. Traição. Segundo dizem, a facção CERN, a qual a Everest pertence, apoiou o movimento para que pessoas escravizadas e que não pertencem à classe maga tivessem mais direitos. Esse grupo se calou. Calou-se, mas acho que não subiu de fato. A Tilane pode estar agindo nos bastidores, com alianças ainda presentes em Minafos. O Dorian Pavos, outro fundador da facção do CERN, ainda ocupa um lugar na magistratura. Será que a Tilane assumiu a culpa para proteger o magistrado Pavos? A família Vesperian, também nobre, tem ligações com a casa Tilane. Corimer Vesperian é um tradicionalista, mas o filho mais novo dele sucedeu Urian Halid para se tornar divino imperial. Um papel grandioso, porém ele manifestou apoio à facção do CERN, pelo menos até que a queda desse grupo. E há evidência de que o financiamento das várias rebeliões das pessoas escravizadas por ter vindo por meio de integrantes da Ambassadória Anã. A Tilane sempre teve alianças na Ambassadória. Será que o outro que está indo para as rebeliões pertence a ela? A loja ficava aqui, mas... né? E agora? Vai desbloquear, que eu tô com a quest do Empório Negro. Em um outro... Deixa eu ver como é que aparece. É só um ícone de... Acho que é só um ícone de mercador, né? Aparentemente lá tá sem. É. Tá sem. Aparentemente eu não tenho como subir mais a reputação. do Empório Negro. Caro Hulk, nós do Empório Negro damos valor à sua preferência e é com bastante tristeza que escrevemos para você agora, para alertar sobre o comportamento miserável de algumas pessoas da sua equipe. O vigilante fúnebre se recusou a atrair os fogos fatos do seu farol para um aparelho inventado por mim, para serem preservados pela eternidade. Eu acredito que ele chegou ao ponto de sabotar o meu dispositivo, agora é completamente inútil. O Guardião Cinzento se recusou a se desvencilhar do grifo, pelo que nós consideramos ser uma quantia generosa, e ele ainda me disse onde eu poderia enfiar o meu ouro. Você sabia? Eu tinha um magistrado do meu lado, pronto para miniaturizar a criatura, e tive que mandá-la embora. O magistrado exigiu um dispositivo bem... exigiu um depósito bem grande pelo tempo investido em que eu não pude recuperar. E a pequena ruiva foi a pior. Eu só tinha começado a sugerir que ela me deixasse dar uma olhada na famosa besta Bianca quando ela sacou uma faca de queijo e ameaçou me arrancar da cadeira e me jogar no porto. Em um saco com pesos. Por favor, fale com essas pessoas. Eu odiaria ver a nossa relação de negócio ser prejudicada por causa dos comportamentos nada civis delas. Cordialmente, Xenon, mas amigo, você mereceu cada uma dessas respostas. Vou fazer parte.
Zara's dead, Lucanus. Figured you'd be happier.
Solve one problem, another takes its place.
I'll give you that.
Vai falar aqui sobre um elúvio. Dobrando debaixo de uma pedra, essas anotações são uma mistura de um lato e a língua comum. O respiro de propósito se extinguiu. E o restou voltou às suas funções ou desapareceu entre os trajetos além daqui. Será que eu devo voltar? Minha função me aguarda. Eu estou aqui e os mundos com os quais eu sonhei estão perto. O Kun ensina que cada passo do caminho representa a escolha de continuar ou falecer. Pois apenas os seres mortos ficam parados. Ao escolher, nós caminhamos em direção à sabedoria ou para longe dela. Em direção a quem nós somos ou para longe deste indivíduo. Eu fico em frente aos espelhos e vejo um indivíduo tendo dificuldade com uma escolha, mas a solidão é uma ilusão. A verdade é uma ilusão. E um reflexo, o caminho em frente se parece com o caminho para trás. A verdade é encontrada ao dar o passo.
I hunted a viper claw once, only to find a blood wraith at the end of the trail.
I found Ilario at the end of mine.
Look on the bright side. What good are you as an assassin without a mark to hunt?
Ele está dando bem, né? Eu não sou uma bravura mesmo.
They said I could find you here.
Good timing. I think I'm done for the day. The Lords of Fortune don't mess around, do they? Hey, thanks for the lessons. I'll be back. I'm beat. I just gotta...
You just gotta...
Do you feel that? It's dark. And they're so afraid. So alone.
Harding? What's happening?
There's so many of them. All in my head. So much.
Listen to me. I'm here, and you're safe. Take all the time you need.
I'm safe. Yes, I could feel it. Rippling through the stone. Confusion. Isolation. Fear.
Whose fear?
Whatever was after me has turned on the dwarves. It's drawing me out. Drawing me down.
Sure. Foda que essa é 8 ou 80, né? Well.
If I know you, you're going to go because people are in danger.
Absolutely.
Then so will I.
Good. That means whatever's out there, better run.
Meio foda isso do 8 ou 80 do...
Want to punch something?
Já concluiu a missão.
What's up?
Tosh, what are you doing?
She's not in her lair. I was ready. I could have fought her.
Tosh!
Doesn't matter. I can still look for clues. See if she'll turn into a monster like Kil'jaenain's archdemon did. I have to figure this out. I'm a dragon slayer!
You are. But you don't have to do this alone.
I don't need help!
But we need you, alright? We cannot beat the gods without a dragon slayer.
Wait, look at that.
Ropes.
Kunari ropes. The Antam. They're the ones who've been blighting the dragons for the gods. Those fucking ropes. They tie her down with these ropes so they can blight her. They turn her into something blighted and ugly and wrong. Some she was never supposed to be. Chakra Toebra. I've got to be ready to fight her. I'm a dragon slayer.
Tosh.
I'm a crappy Kunari. I'm not really Raveni. I'm no good as a daughter. I'm not even... I can't even be a woman right. I have to be a dragon slayer.
You're a good dragon slayer, Tosh. You're also a good warrior, a good lord of fortune, and a good member of this team. We need you if we're going to stop the gods, and you need to believe in yourself. So tell me, what's really going on?
My mother put these ropes on me. She tied me up. Why did she do that? Is it because I didn't fit? As a woman, is it why I don't fit as a woman?
Tosh.
The Shadow Dragons say there are people who use they instead of he or she. They're not men or women. And I like how it feels when I imagine myself that way. But... I'm not supposed to breathe fire. Am I not supposed to feel like this? What does she want me to be?
Nossa, eu confesso que eu tô pendendo a aceitar o relacionamento com ela só porque eu tô achando as outras opções uma merda. Não acho que ela tem que aceitar a cultura de nenhum dos lados, ela tem que fazer só o que ela se sentir bem de fazer.
Your mother tried to stop you from breathing fire because she was worried the Antam would find you. Did she ever try to stop you from being a warrior?
She didn't love it. She never stopped me.
Because she wanted you to be the powerful, beautiful person you are.
Person, not woman.
You tell me, Tosh, what feels right to you?
Then, person. And using they for myself. I really like how that feels. But I don't want this to mess up stuff with you. I need to know if it changes how you feel about me.
I fell for an amazing dragon hunter. And nothing is going to change the way I feel about them.
Ih, rapaz. Conta, observa, Twitch.
I want to to keep doing this with you anywhere that isn't a blighted dragon's lair.
Fair point.
Okay, bye.
Você viu, você viu. Mas como eu falei, caraca, não seja corrupto de um dragão corrompido, pois é, sim. Mas é como eu falei, eu fiquei me sentindo meio mal em desenvolver essa relação com ela. Eu senti que as opções ali eram muito forçar ela a seguir uma doutrina ou ter um relacionamento com ela. Tipo, a Hardin ali, nossa, ela tinha umas 15 opções de coisa. Que combo de barba aos 12 anos. Obrigado pelo Pix. É isso. Eu tava muito assim de ter um relacionamento com qualquer personagem do jogo, porque eu não sinto que eu tô apegado o suficiente a nenhum deles. Sei lá, não desenvolvi um laço com nenhum dos personagens pra chegar ao ponto de ter um relacionamento. Mas eu me importo com eles. Eu falei, vamos indo. Só que eu não gostei das opções ali. Não gostei. Ficou muito. Como eu falei, ou eu forço ela a seguir uma doutrina, seja dos Kun ou dos Rivain, ou eu tenho um relacionamento com ela. Aí eu achei isso meio paia. Sei não. E Calvin. Tem essas costas aqui e acho que abriu, né? Depois. Vou voltar ali no farol. Mas é isso, tem um relacionamento com a Tasha agora. Cara, porque... Pois... Preso.
Hello there. Just admiring how carefully the Fade is woven into this place, as cultivated as a palace garden.
That's old elven stuff for you. Magic everywhere you look, and also where you don't.
I do envy you, Rook.
Really?
A young rebel striking from the shadows against Tevinter's empire? Not to mention traveling with Varric. The adventures you've already had.
Eu pensei por esse lado.
It just kind of seems like my life.
You don't regard anything you've done as singular? Work was always my excuse not to travel. But now that I've joined you, I'm finally exploring outside Navarra's crypts. Ah, speaking of the necropolis.
Yes?
I've been meaning to ask how you'd like your body prepared in the event of your death.
Cremação.
Just cremate me.
I feared that might be your answer.
Why? Need the spare parts?
I'm always here to discuss proper burial options. Ah, he's finished the reagent. Please excuse us. Excellent work, Manfred.
Então, se eu queria parte do meu corpo. Acabar de ler. Temos... Vai lá, moço.
Manfred, remind me to take a look at your upper articulation later.
It's not a surprise that you're feeling the weight of the world on your shoulders. Everyone else is. But I promise you.
Falar com a Tashi.
Hey, good. I wanted to ask you something. My mother and I have a weekly dinner thing. I was gonna meet her in Ravane. You could come with me. As, you know, with me. If you want.
I'd love to.
Vamos, assim, vamos conhecer a sogra, mas a gente já conheceu, né? E só jantar na casa da sogra.
Hey, Harding?
Oh, Rook, hi. Is there something you need?
I thought you might want someone to talk to.
Oh, Rook. That's sweet. I'm fine. Really.
Really? Okay, well, we're all here if you...
Never mind. I can't lie. I feel awful.
It's Solus's memory, isn't it?
They stole Titan blood to walk the world like humans. And when the Titans didn't like that, they just took their spirits. Should I be angry or sad? Why aren't I angrier? It's a lot to handle.
There's really no right way to feel. You've been through a lot.
You're right. Maybe I just need time. And a snack. It's strange. I don't hate Solus for this, even though a part of me thinks I should. I don't even want revenge. Revenge won't bring the Titans back. It can't erase what happened. And the Inquisitor thinks Solus can be saved. And I want to try. But I just want to talk. As equals. I wonder if he's even capable. Solus was always distant. Guess it's hard to react when a magic rock's talking at you. Anyway, thanks for checking on me. I'll be alright.
I know. You're Lace Harding, child of Titans. You can handle anything.
Oh, shut up.
Quer liberar a Quaisha? Que ela tava sentindo, né? Não, nada. Tá bom.
I'd heard of archdemons before, but never one like that.
Honestly, with everything I've heard about Gillenane, I'm glad it wasn't worse. In the legends about her, she's nice. She created the Hala. She guides us to our destination. But if you read between the lines, it's, well, creepy.
Oh, good.
Anotações encharcadas sobre o farol. O farol é uma versão mais chique dos prédios que flutuam em Tevinter. Eu sei que a gente aprendeu esse truque com o povo élfico antigo. No mundo real é preciso mais magia para manter pedras suspensas do que aqui. Enfim. Deve ser por isso que os seres élficos antigos construíram tantas coisas no imaterial. Não é necessário usar tanta magia quando já se está respirando essa mesma coisa tempo todo, Belara. Espero que este lugar não estrague os meus pulmões, Tashi. O farol está bem protegido. De qualquer forma, o seu sistema respiratório não deve ser afetado só porque você está no imaterial, Emmerich. Certo, agradeço. Eu só me importo com isso, Tashi. Por que essas anotações estavam perto do recipiente de água do Assam, Davrin? Não fui eu que mudei de lugar, Belara. Nem eu, Emmerich. Aqueles fogos fatos malditos, neve. O fogo fato.
So, this is the lair of a monster hunter.
Monsters have theirs, I have mine.
It's a bit open and exposed.
I have a griffin.
I have a demon.
Then maybe we should lock your closet.
A pleasure, Davrin.
Realmente, é meio babado com um quarto. Bom, meus próximos passos. Tem a Tashi pra fazer. Tem essas quests aqui que eu preciso ver se faz e liberou mais um monte lá, né? Tá? Acho que eu vou ver se eu pego pra fazer também. Estamos aos poucos resolvendo tudo. Quando eu resolver tudo isso, eu vou voltar a andar com a história. Mas é isso, gente. 6 horas. Eu vou parar aqui. Fazer uma raidzinha. Queria estar jogando mais, eu tinha que ter começado mais cedo. Mas é isso, gente. Muito obrigado pela presença de todos. Sejam todos sempre muito bem-vindos à live. Amanhã, quinta, eu acho que eu devo abrir live, não tenho certeza. Vou ver se eu vou ter compromisso de tarde ou não. Mas é isso. Tenham todos um bom descanso, bom trabalho, bons estudos, bons joguitos, bom tudo que vocês podem fazer. Valeu, falou, até mais, bye bye.